Welcome back to Battle Cage. It's your boy Syph, and I'm coming to you with another great video breakdown. Today we are looking at a full card breakdown, early picks, of course, because not all the lines are in there, for UFC Fight Night taking place June 4th, next Saturday. UFC Fight Night, Volkov taking on Rozenstruik in the main event, and without wasting any time, there's a lot of fights to break down. There's a lot of information for me to give. So let's go straight into it without wasting any time. Now, I know I've been out for a week. Your boy was on vacation. I needed it. Remember, it's sometimes we need this. So thank you, UFC, for giving us a break. But now, we need to feed our veins with some UFC. Anyway, we got a first fight that we're gonna be breaking down. We got a very young prospect, ERIN Blanchfield, aka Cold-Blooded, taking on JJ Aldrich, a much more seasoned type of a veteran here. So it usually in this type of particular spot, you know how I roll. I usually go with the more seasoned fighter, and I fade the up and coming fighter. However, I gotta be honest with you, I'm pretty much sold on ERIN Blanchfield. In her last outing against Miranda Maverick, she showed a lot of intellect and a lot of great fight IQ for her age. She was still like 22 years old and 22 and a half at that time. Excuse me. She's 23 years of age now. She just celebrated her birthday a month ago. So, you know, only 2 fights in the UFC. A unanimous decision against Sarah Alpart and a unanimous decision against Miranda Maverick. But at this point, we know Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick is another young, up-and-coming fighter that came into the UFC, you know, not too long ago. It feels like just recently. But she's already 9-4. I know she didn't have a really good, you know, outing with ERIN Blanchfield, but she bounced back. So she bounced back really nicely against Sabina Mazo, and she finished it. So this split loss for now, why am I talking about Miranda Maverick? Because you guys have to understand the base here, okay? So Miranda Maverick fought Jillian Robertson. She got a unanimous decision. She fought Maycee Barber, and it was a split loss. That was a robbery. Ask anybody. Maycee Barber did not realistically win this fight. It was all Miranda Maverick, and up until the last round, Maycee just held her against the cage. Now, I did come on record, and I said that I did bet Maycee Barber at that particular fight. However, I had the ticket next to me, and it was already crumbled because I thought I lost, and as a result, I placed another wager on my phone because I thought I lost. But in any case, I won. So I actually cashed that bet and in the next bet. But anyway, that's for another time. Now, we have her then fighting ERIN Blanchfield, and she looked okay, but ERIN Blanchfield absolutely dominated her in this spot. So we're talking about Miranda Maverick already 4 fights in the UFC, you know, all together. So she's someone that's active. She's another up-and-coming fighter. And for ERIN Blanchfield to, you know, dominate this girl, because that's pretty much what she did. She just dominated Miranda Maverick. So kind of pretty much solidified what I thought about her and what everybody thought about her. So sold on her. I don't need any other things. Now, her dance partner, right? You know, she's also not bad. JJ Aldrich is also very, very good. Now, she's much more seasoned, which means she has more fights under her belt, and she's offering a lot more experience. However, being that I'm already sold on ERIN Blanchfield, that kind of neutralizes because of her talent. So I'm okay with ERIN Blanchfield talent. And her takedown game was absolutely vicious against Miranda Maverick, and she just had a lot of trouble. And Miranda Maverick is not a stranger with the ground game, but you saw that ERIN might be just a tad bit better and a little bit higher. Now, with that being said, JJ Aldrich, you know, she brings a lot to this fight. She brings a lot of experience, like I mentioned. She also brings a lot of stand-up, what is it called? Stand-up ferociousness. So she will stand and she will bang with you. However, ERIN Blanchfield doesn't want to really stand and bang with you. Now, JJ really showed a lot of good takedown defense against Jillian Robertson, and a fighter that she just fought and won just 2 months ago, very, very recently. But that's because she had a lot of good takedown moments, and she was able to stuff. She was able to stuff a lot of takedowns from Jillian Robertson. How is that going to translate to Erin Blanchfield? I don't know. Don't know exactly 100%, but I'm going to favor Erin Blanchfield. With that being said, let's jump on UFC really on ESPN side, and just to look at some statistics. So significant strike landed per minute is going to favor Erin Blanchfield, so we're going to give a check mark to her. And matter of fact, let me get this thing rolling right here. Just bear with me, and we're going to go with this. So we're going to go with favoring the significant strikes over here. The accuracy, again, is going to be favoring Blanchfield. Put a little arrow over here. Her takedown average. This is, we don't even need an arrow here. We actually need a box. We're going to put a little box right here on this number, and that's 5 takedown averages. That's a lot of guys. That's a lot, guys. And when you look for takedown accuracy, that's 90%. Give me that all day. A lot of signals. So you already know where I'm going with. We're gonna throw the arrow on Erin Blanchfield. Everything checks out. Her youth game is good. You know, she's growing. She's evolving. This is her 3rd fight in the UFC. This is a good matchup. Now she's stupid expensive, so let's find value, right? So let's hop on DraftKings, and let's see some value, guys. Okay, so give me a second, just 1 second. Let's get rid of all of that and go over here. Now I already opened this line up. Okay, so you guys see. So we got Erin Blanchfield. Stupid expensive money line. I mean, if that's how you want to roll, you can do it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But I personally don't like -550 per se. So I want to get some value. So what am I gonna do is probably consider the over 2.5. Now it is -265, but it's a lot better than 550. The reason I'm gonna go with this, and we're gonna basically hop back to the over here, is because if we look at the last 5 or 4 fights, whatever, Miranda Maverick unanimous, Sarah Alpert decision, Brogan Walker was also decision. Now she had a head kick. Do I expect a head kick in this fight? Probably not. No. JJ Aldrich is very, very tough, and she's not gonna put herself in that position, and her experience just overwhelms Victoria Leonardo, who got the head kick by Erin Blanchfield. Now, Jillian Robertson decision, Vanessa Demopoulos decision, Courtney Casey split win, and her last fight against Sabina Mazo was also a split. And actually, her fight with Lauren Muller was also a... So these girls are notorious decision masters. Now, if you do not want to wait for whatever reason, you just want to pull a trigger, I see absolutely nothing wrong of opening up and taking it over right now. I'm -265, parlaying that. And I'm going to give you guys another solid piece that you can actually put that together and consider it. And I'm going to leave the bet open. As you can see in the on the right-hand side, you'll see I already clicked the over 2.5, and we're going to keep that in my bet slip. And then once it's built to the way I want it to be, I'll show you guys the entire slip. So the over 2.5 is okay, but I also am waiting for the next week. Once we get Erin Blanchfield by decision, that's what we really want. That's what I at least want, okay? You guys play at the end of the day how you want. But value is on over 2.5, 265. A little pricey, but it is what it is. The bookies already, they're getting smarter with this, so they priced it, I think, reasonably well, considering everything. But I am very, very confident with that. Now, it is MMA, so asterisk, anything can happen. Now, let's move on to the next fight, okay? So, to summarize this fight, we're going to go with Erin Blanchfield. I'm going to go with Erin Blanchfield by decision. And if you don't want the decision and you just want maybe a value play at the moment, it's over 2.5, priced at -265. Let's go to the next fight, guys, okay? We spent more than enough time on this one. All right, our next fight. got a couple of things to say, but I'm not going to waste too much time because it goes against my rules. And that is when you have an up-and-coming debuting fighter that is severely priced, I'm not going to be taking that bet. And I don't recommend you do it. You do it. Now, if you want to, I'm going to give you the side I'm leading with, but you're going to make the decision. Now, with the previous fight, we had data, we had information, we had at least a forward thinking and a little bit of logical thing going on, right? Here, you're just either going to trust this guy or fade this guy. What am I talking about? Well, obviously, we got Rinat Fakhretdinov. And that's really how you think you say it. Fakhretdinov. I really think that's how you say it. That's a gangster name. I think one of my cousins is Fakhri. I think that's his name is that. I think so. I forgot already, but I think it is. But anyway, what a good name. His nickname is the Gladiator. He impresses the boss Dana White in Abu Dhabi. He knocks out Eric Spicely in 55 seconds and earns a contract. And here's his debut. With a name like Fakhretdinov taking on Andres Michalidis, who's coming off a loss, right? His last loss is to Alex Pereira via KO in the flying knee. It's Alex Pereira. The guy's a knockout artist. What do you really want? 33 years old, on the verge of being 34, so he's kind of fading away slowly at this point. And you got this prime gladiator, Rinat Fakhretdinov, coming from the way of Russia, you know what I'm saying, with a name like Fakhretdinov. And you're being priced out, in my opinion. He's minus 280 in the DraftKings. He's around minus 3 and change in other books. So you can look around. He's really that expensive. The over-under set at 1.5. I think that's pretty reasonable here, considering the knockout potential from Fakhretdinov. I'm gonna keep saying that name. It's just makes me laugh. Anyway, so do I put a lot of stock in this guy? Well, let's evaluate. He has a pretty seasoned record, right? So he's not a new kid on the block. So that's a good thing that's going for him. He's minus 280 reasonably. It's not like it's like crazy, but I still don't like the price tag. So his pro MMA record is 20-2. He's Russian, so everything is going for him. He got a name, Fakhretdinov. He got a beard. He got chest hair. He got a nickname, Gladiator. He beats Eric Spicely, former UFC fighter. But listen, guys, Eric Spicely has been getting knocked out ever since. I mean, Fakhretdinov broke the chin, right? So he gets cut by the UFC after losing to Derek Gwynn. He was on the Ultimate Fighter, so, you know, not a stranger to the promotion. He's been on the Ultimate Fighter, got a chance, fought Sam Alvey, loses. Fought Thiago Santos, believe it or not. He choked out Thiago Santos, guys. Eric Spicely choked this man who looked like around this way, because, you know, Thiago Santos doesn't look like that anymore. But pretty much that's who he choked out. You know what I'm saying? So he was in the UFC, gets a great win against him. He also triangle choked Alexei Dichenko, but then troubles came around. Antonio Carlos Jr. chokes him out. Gerald Mearshot body kicks him. Darren Stewart punches the living crap out of him. He goes away for a while, comes back. Darren Wynn beats him. And he goes and he fights this guy, Rinat Fakhretdinov. He gets punched out in 55 seconds. And after that, his jaw is literally made of glass because he gets punched out again and he gets punched out again. So how much weight am I going to put on Fakhretdinov? Maybe because maybe he's the first one to break that chin, you know? And he got a very powerful punch and he's hungry as shit. So, yes, I'll give him that much. If you hover over here, there's absolutely no data on him, but that's because, well, he's new to the game and we'll see, right? You know what I mean? We'll see. But what does Andre Michalidis do? Well, Andre Michalidis, the Spartan over here, like I said, on the verge of 34, kind of dwindling away. So perfect setup for Rinat, but also perfect setup against Rinat. You don't really know because the seasoned veteran is definitely, you know, Andre Michalidis. You know, he's been in the UFC for a while now. Let me see. His first fight in the UFC is 2020. Well, it's 2 years. He fought Modestas Bukaskis. You know what happened. Elbows to the side of the head. Took him out. Fights KB Bueller. Obviously wins that one and gets killed by Alex Pereira. So in terms of the ring, awareness, he's going to be there. But, Fakhretdinov should win this fight. But goddamn, he's expensive. And I don't really know if I'm comfortable enough dishing out this price of minus 280. I don't know if I'm comfortable enough. I personally, at the moment, I'm not comfortable enough. I'm probably going to wait for him to get a higher level of competition, considering what he does here. And then let's see, maybe his price will be better, or maybe we can fade the living crap out of him, because you never know. Right? You never know. We got to capitalize whenever we can. So it's not like this guy is not beatable. He did lose 2 times. So, but obviously that was like way back, right? Come on. Load. Okay. So his last loss is 2014, and before that it was his very first fight. So we could give him a pass. You know what I mean? We could give him a pass, but he hasn't lost since he became 6'2", guys. Like, he hasn't lost since then. I mean, talk about just, man, 8 years of just winning, okay? And he is fighting a lot of Russians, a lot of Mehmedovs and Shablovs and Migoviches. So, am I going to put a lot of price tag on it? No, because it's a lot of padding going on, right? Look, he's 12-2 fighting 1-1. Why is he fighting 1-1? Maybe he needs some step-up competition. 9-2 fighting 0-0. 10-2 fighting 10-8. 13-2 fighting a debuting fighter. 14-2 fighting a debuting fighter. So that 55-second knockout against Eric Spicely, impressive. I don't like putting a lot of price tag on someone who's not in the UFC anymore. There's a reason why he's not in the UFC. So this is why I don't want to play him, because I just want to get a little bit more data on him and really see what he's made of. Should he win this fight? He should, right? And there's nothing wrong with padding your record a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about being 15-2 and fighting a debuting fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you should be smashing the guy, but I don't really respect that shit, if you really, really ask me. So, the pick is Rinat Fakhretdinov, but I will not be laying a dime on this, and I don't know how you guys want to do it. The value on the under 1.5 is there, but be careful if Michalidis comes out there and starts wrestling the living shit out of this guy. But again, Fakhretdinov should have the wrestling in his back pocket, being the Russian. So the under 1.5 plus money kind of speaks to me, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to be playing this fight, to be honest. I'm just going to be collecting data here. So moving along, now we got another value fight, at least for me, at least for my liking. And I'm not going to waste anybody's time here. I'm going to tell you the pick. The pick is Jeff Molina, El Jefe, by a brutal knockout, homicide. Killed this guy, Zhumagulov, just like he got punched out by... was it a punched out? Yeah. Manel Cap punched him out in his last outing 5 months ago. And I really think Jeff Molina is going to do the same thing. Jeff Molina's hands are fast as hell. And he should be winning this fight. He's going to be a slightly taller guy with a 3-inch reach advantage. With James Krause, I believe James Krause is in his corner for this one. Isn't? Let me see. Yeah. Glory MMA Fitness. Yep. From oh, I hate when this happens, guys. Sorry about that. From Missouri. So I'm pretty sure you got James. Yep, the James Krause over here. So yeah, El Jefe, he should knock him out. Money line is pretty good enough for me. Let's look at the lines right now really quick. Alrighty, and we got Jeff Molina minus 190 money line, and that's good, guys. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna circle it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna add it to the slip. The over-under, I don't know how that's going to be, but I like the under plus money value because that gives me 2.5 rounds for Jeff Molina to kill Zhumagulov. But I'm not going to totally disrespect Zhumagulov, but yeah, man, give me Jeff Molina minus 190. Like I said, I'm pretty sold on this guy. I like what he brings to the table. His volume is good enough for me. Fast hands. He has knockout potential. Let's look at the last 5 fights really quick. Counter right KO to Daniel Da Silva. Arrow Link, a good unanimous decision. Jacob Silva, a nice unanimous decision. Arm triangle and a rear naked choke. The guy is good. Let's go with Jeff Molina, 10-2, and 11-2 is probably where he's gonna be after 6-4. And I'm sorry, Zhumagulov, but you're just another casualty in this very brutal game. And just for shits and giggles, significant strike landing per minute. Let's open this really quick and turn this into that. And we're gonna say, well, here's the arrow favoring the significant accuracy. Here's an arrow favoring the significant striking landing per minute. There's some takedown over here, but I'm not concerned about that. He's going to get a lot of volume to the face. And Jeff Molina should have enough wrestling pedigree to stop it. So basically, guys, the pick is Jeff Molina, minus 190, money line. Play it. I love it. I'm going to be playing Jeff Molina minus 190. And yeah, whether you do it or not, it really doesn't faze me, but that's what I'm doing. Anything else? Probably not. Let's move to the next fight, all right? Our next fight, Tony Gravely taking on Johnny Munoz, 30 years of age for Tony Gravely. This is a bantamweight scrap at 135. We got Tony Gravely with 22-7 record, taking on Johnny Munoz, 11-1 record. Height advantage is for Johnny Munoz, 5'9" to 5'5". And the reach, 2-inch reach advantage is for Johnny Munoz versus Tony Gravely. Let's just hover into the stats a little bit. Significant strikes landed per minute is going to favor, let me open this guy, is going to favor Tony Gravely. The accuracy is pretty much the same. The takedown average is favoring Tony Gravely. So I'm going to put a big arrow, guys. There's a reason why I'm putting that big arrow. The takedown game, you already know what's up. You get taken away from your natural elements. So, yeah, Tony Gravely has no problem of taking you down and just, you know, suffocating you. And takedown accuracy, I'm going to put another big arrow right here. So please pay attention to that. I don't know why he's priced so generously, in my opinion. Minus 150-ish. Let's hover into the DraftKings money line and see what's up over there, okay? So let's hover this real quick. So Johnny Munoz plus 135. Tony Gravely minus 155. There's everything screams Tony Gravely here. I want to take Tony Gravely. I don't know what's holding me back. There's just this invisible force field that's just holding me back, and I don't know what it is. You know, Johnny Munoz is good. You know, prior to this, he was, you know, he was doing his thing, and he's at a good age. If he was very, very young, I would probably be fading him, but he's not. He's 29 years old. He's right up there. You know, he lost to Nate Manez, but he went all the way to the decision, and this was his debut in 2020. Since then, he got a nice win against Jamie Simmons, but I don't really put too much stock on this fight. But he was doing a lot of things, you know, in KOTC over here, decisions, chokes, you know, punches. He was finishing fights, has a couple of amateur records. Again, so World Amateur Championships. So he was doing a lot of good work, to be honest. You know, 7 submissions, 2 KOs in the professional world with 2 decisions. It's, you know, pretty solid, well-rounded fighter. Is he gonna submit Tony Gravely? I don't know about that one, but we've seen a lot of craziness. Tony Gravely in the last 5 fights. If you look over here. Again, someone who's a seasoned veteran, right? So we have, you know, he lost to Brett Johns. Then he beat Freitas. He beat Burchak with a KO. He loses to Nate Maness, so that's a common denominator. Nate Maness actually knocked him the hell out. But Nate Maness is kind of tall, right? And he comes back with a bounce back right against Samian Oliveira here. So that was a good win. So let me just look at something with Nate Maness. Nate Maness, does he really has the size? He's like 5'11", if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5'10". So he definitely has the size and the reach. You know, foundational style is wrestling. So, and he's not bad. Now, he's fighting Umar Nurmagomedov. Whoa, he got his hands full at the end of the month. I mean, just full, because that's Nurmagomedov, and he's gonna win. It's just those are just facts that we just gotta accept. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if there's a line out right now for Nurmagomedov, grab it, because it's just, yeah, I got nothing else to say, guys. Sorry to Nate Maness, but it's gonna be a good scrap. Now, I'm leaning Tony Gravely, but something's holding me back. Money line is good. Minus 155 for Tony Gravely, who's coming in with 22-7 experience. Age-wise the same. Now, he is smaller guy, but he is brolic. So, I don't know, man. I want to take Tony Gravely. I'm not sold enough. And like I said, there's this invisible force field that's holding me back. But if I was going to play this, it's gonna be Tony Gravely at minus 155. And most, I don't even know about over-under. I don't even want to deal with that because they both have, you know, finishing ability. But, yeah, I mean, if you look at the arrows, it's pointing Tony Gravely. The arrows are pointing Tony Gravely. His takedown is going to be there. The question is if he's going to be taking down Johnny Munoz. But it looks like, you know, he got neutralized by Nate Maness with that KO. So if Johnny Munoz not doing that, well, hey, I don't know. I like me some Tony Gravely. I'm just not entirely sold. So let's move to the... All right, our next fight is at 155. We got, I'm going to try to pronounce it. Okay, this guy's French. Munoz Saint-Denis. I think that's how you pronounce it. Munoz Saint-Denis versus Nicolas Stolze. I think that's how you pronounce it. Stolze. I don't know how do you say in German. But anyway, got a 26-year-old Saint-Denis from Paris taking on the German Stolze, 29 years old. Pretty tall guys for the division, usual lengthwise, 5'11", 6'1", respectfully. 2-inch reach advantage for Stolze. Now, Stolze coming in here, you know, he came in with looking good, but he lost to Evloev. You know, Evloev just grinded him out, and he got knocked out by Jared Gooden, I'm sorry. And, you know, Jared is Jared, so... Hits hard. This God of War, Saint-Denis. Yeah, I don't trust this guy. Now, he was a massive underdog, 2-1 underdog in his last fight, respectfully, to Zaleski. And Zaleski was able to, you know, get the job done unanimously. So, but he was in the fight. He did his thing, though. That's the thing. So, I do see why the bookies priced him as a favorite. Let's look at the stats a little bit. So... significant strikes landed per minute. You know, we're gonna have to give this guy the arrow here. It's gonna go to Saint-Denis. Significant accuracy, pretty much the same when they throw the takedown. He's relentless with his shit. He's gonna go for the takedown. And if Nicolas Stolze is having a lot of trouble with it, it's gonna be a lot of problems. Now, just because he goes for it doesn't really mean he's accurate with it or gets it done. Zaleski was able to stuff a lot of takedowns that Munoz Saint-Denis was throwing. So, again, it's how the fight's gonna go. I don't really know. Nobody knows. Now, in terms of the line, guys, it is reasonable to a certain degree. But because I still don't trust Saint-Denis and I really don't trust Stolze, and there's a lot of different spots that I'd rather take from a betting perspective, I'm not going to be playing it. If I had to pull a trigger, I would not pull a trigger because I don't want to tell you guys a lie. Look at me. I don't want to tell you a lie, and I think I should be respectful for that. I don't know. I wouldn't bet this fight And if I wouldn't bet this fight, why would I want you to bet this fight? I wouldn't want my brother to bet this fight. That means I don't want you to bet this fight. So please, guys, if you're going to be betting this fight, just do it with caution. If you say gun to the head, who you leaning? I'm gonna go with the God of War, Saint-Denis, because I like the nickname God of War. It's much better than the Green Mask. That's why I would pick this. But yeah, let's move on to the next fight. All right, we got Ode Osbourne, the Jamaican sensation, taking on the Lion, Zarrukh Adashev. 30 years old for Ode Osbourne, 29 years old for Zarrukh. This is a flyweight fight. They both coming off a win. Ode Osbourne is bouncing back a loss from Manel Cap. Manel Cap knocked him out, flying knee. But again, I told you, I don't really like this fight because, well, Manel Cap came overweight and he was celebrating like, ooh, nah, bro, you came overweight, man. In this fight, though, Zarrukh Adashev coming off a win against Ryan Benoit. He's bouncing back against a knockout from Tyson Nam. He took this on a very last-minute short notice, so I'm going to give him a pass on that. But he definitely got outclassed by Suma Derchi over there, and he finally wins against Ryan Benoit. I'll tell you the truth, man. He's fighting from Brooklyn, New York, and he's a fellow countryman, because I'm from Uzbekistan as well. But, yo, I'm going to be honest with you, man. He's really undersized here. He really going to have to wrestle the living shit out of Ode Osbourne. Otherwise, he's going to get just pounced on. I refuse to bet on this fight. I don't like the money line on this one. Adashev is a slight dog. You could consider the value because, he's not bad. He did pretty good in his, fights prior to UFC. You know what I mean? And he has really good accolades outside of the MMA world. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. And then I'm just going to skip another skip for me. Statistics, if you just clearly see physicality-wise, if you look at physicality, it's favoring Ode Osbourne 5'7". Fight experience, 10-4 versus 4-3, favoring Ode Osbourne. Ode Osbourne has more wins than Zarrukh has total fights combined. If you look at significant strikes landed per minute, it's going to favor Ode Osbourne. If you look at the accuracy, it's going to favor Ode Osbourne. Takedown average favoring Ode Osbourne. Yeah, I mean, I know Zarrukh is going to be shooting for some takedowns here out of desperation, but I don't know. Ode Osbourne should be winning this fight, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. No disrespect to the line, but yeah, if he sees me on the street, he's probably gonna beat me up. But I don't know. He could win this fight. You know what I'm saying? He could win this fight. That's why they're giving him just plus 155. He's not like overwhelming underdog here. But yeah, I don't know. He's gonna have to pressure Ode Osbourne, just pressure and pressure and pressure to even have a chance. Yeah, next one. Now, this one. Damian Jackson is listed here against Daniel Argueta. However, it might be a last-minute thingy because he's not over here, so I don't have anything here. Now, I don't know if this is confirmed or whatnot. According to Topology, it's a confirmed bout, okay? We're going to have to wait a day or two to really get the confirmation, but guys, if the line is not too stupid, and Damian Jackson, he's a parlay piece. I'm going to say this again. If the line is not too stupid on Damian Jackson, the leech, take this guy. He showed me a lot of good shit in the last two fights. I'm going to take him. Daniel Argueta, undefeated. Forget this guy. He's going to get a blessing from Damian Jackson. He's going to be extremely outsized. And he's going to get beat up. He's going to probably put up a good fight, Daniel Argueta, because his nickname is the Determined. And he's going to be really determined to get this ass kicking because Damian Jackson is really not bad with 20-4 record, and he's lost in the five fights. I mean, the last 5 fights, his only loss is to Ilia Topuria by KO. Green pass because Ilia Topuria is a freaking stud. Okay, he's like ranked number 11 or 12 in the division. So yeah, guys, yeah, again, yeah. Yeah, we're going to go with Damian Jackson as long as the line is under 350. If the line is under 350, we're going to go with that money line, and we're going to grab it, and we're probably going to take it by homicide because it's not going to go the distance. He has really good defense. He has really good submission, and he can knock the living shit out of you. So take a really quick look. 20-4 record, and let's just scroll down over here. 15 submissions. 15 submissions. 2 decisions. Yeah, fight is not going to go the distance, if anything. You know, the determined is the determined, but he's going to be determined to get his ass kicked. That's just my prediction. Damian Jackson will be the pick as long as this is a confirmed bout, because, again, I don't really know if it's a confirmed bout, but that's what we're going with. Let's go to the next fight. Let's not waste any time. Our next fight is going to be taking place on 155. We have Joe Solecki taking Alex da Silva. We got 11-3 record for Joe Solecki, 21-3 for Alex da Silva, 28 years old for Joe Solecki, 26 for Alex da Silva, 5'9" to 5'8", 70.5 with a 2.5 reach advantage for Alex da Silva here. Let's take a quick peek at the stats. Significant striking slanted per minute, slight edge to Joe Solecki. The accuracy, though, we have to acknowledge the accuracy here. So let's put a little arrow for Joe Solecki at 74.11% to 58.74%. And takedown average is pretty much the same. Takedown accuracy is a little bit favored to Joe Solecki, with a submission average is kind of favoring a little bit Joe Solecki, but very, very negligible. Now, with that being said, let's take a quick peek in their work. So in the last 5 fights, Joe Solecki only lost to Jared Gordon by a split here. If you look over here, he beats Jim Miller, a veteran. He beat Austin Hubbard. Not a bad win, in my opinion, who's been in the UFC now. Matt Weinman, he beat unanimous. And at the contender, he beat James Wallace, okay? Alex da Silva, you know, a younger fighter here. In the last 5 fights, before 4 years ago, he got a submission. He had a KO. He had a submission here against Alexander Yakovlev. That name should be a little bit familiar to you because he's been in UFC. And Rodrigo Vargas over here. He comes into UFC about 30 years ago and gets a win. But he lost to Brad Riddell. But Brad Riddell is a freaking stud, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. This is just straight honesty, guys. My 2 cents on this fight is it's very, very goddamn close. I mean, close. I'm favoring Joe Solecki here ever so slightly, but, man, I'm not too sure on this one. The bookies are indicating Joe Solecki as a slight favorite here, -170. Over-under is set at 2.5. I don't know because anything can happen here. Joe Solecki, though, out of his, let's say, 11 wins, right, 3 losses. Now, the losses were earlier in the beginning of his career. Has a amateur record. You know, he was doing his thing. Lost his last loss was in 2018 against Nicholas Mota here. Got knocked out, but, you know, came back strong, and he was doing his thing. Like I said, he was very doing his thing, and then just got a split loss right now, but a good good performance overall, I'll be honest with you. And look at this, though. He even wrestles people like Gregory Rodriguez, man. This dude, right? He's a freaking, what is he, a middleweight? Yeah, he's a middleweight. This is who he wrestles with. So, Joe Solecki wrestling game is legitimate, guys. I mean, legitimate. So, yeah, legitimate, guys. Like, straight up legitimate. Did I say legitimate? Let's do it again. Legitimate. So I'm favoring Joe Solecki. It's a close fight. I want to pull a trigger on it. I haven't decided yet. I'm not going to entirely skip this fight. I do want to bet this fight, and I do want to bet Joe Solecki. I think I need another day or two just to let this idea of me betting Joe Solecki marinate. But if I'm going to be betting this fight, it's probably going to be Joe Solecki. And most likely by decision. Just my opinion. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go next. The next fight is so easy. Now, this is on the main card. And please tell me why this is on the main card. Somebody tell me why Felice Herring and Karolina Kowalkiewicz is on the main card. Somebody, please, right now, stop what you're doing. Take your keyboard and comment down below why in the living goddamn hell this is on the main card. Like, why? Do you not see all these reds? Karolina Kowalkiewicz has been taking L's. I thought she retired. I don't know what she's doing in here. I don't know what is going on. I don't know. Karolina, go home. I think you were crying after your last fight. Wasn't she crying against Jessica Panay? She got armbarred. Yo, I don't know what she's doing here. I don't know what Felice Herring is doing here. 36, 37-year-old ladies here, man. I guess it is what it is, but one of them is going home with a massive L, and I don't know who it is, and I don't care. I'm going to favor Felice Herring, man, because she's American, and I'm American. That's about it. I really don't know, man. Karolina Kowalkiewicz has been looking terrible. 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 So, if you bet this fight, you're probably a much more degenerate than me because I ain't touching this fight. Just for fun, let me look at the lines because I haven't even looked at the lines yet. So there's no line on this fight. That's just a sign, guys. Do not bet this fight. Let it rock. Let it rock. Just let it rock. We don't need this in our lives. We really don't need this in our lives. Next. This one should deliver. This is a good fight. It's a good fight. Alonzo Menifeld taking on Oscar Morozov. Wild striker. Tatted up. Looks like a fighter. Sounds like a fighter. Oscar Morozov, no mercy. Decent record, 25-7. Ukrainian, so there's going to be a lot of love for Ukraine. 27 years old. He got the age. But I'll tell you the truth, man. I think he's going to get washed like a blender. Matter of fact, he's going to get washed like dirty clothes. And he's going to get mixed up in a blender. Because Menifeld, yeah, he got losses. But look who he's losing to. Now, this is a bad loss to Devin Clark. OSP, it's OSP, still a G. Beat Fabian Sharon, beat Ed Herman, OG, and he loses to William Knight in a decision. That's a bad loss in my opinion. But William Knight is just brick. Like, he's built like crazy. He's just ridiculous. I'm gonna be favoring Menifeld here. To be honest, let's look at the lines really quick. Right here. So Menifeld is favored -155, like I said. Yeah, I don't know about this Oscar Morozov. He got good kicks. You know, he is training from Malaysia, so he is fighting a lot of Muay Thai, doing a lot of kicks over there. But I don't know. Again, a debuting fighter, you know, something about him just doesn't sit well with me. I'm going to favor Menifeld, but I probably don't want to bet this fight, to be honest. So I'm just going to skip this. So, yeah, I don't like this guy. And I think Morozov got this McGregor tattoo-ish thing going on in his chest. And just for that, I really hope Menifeld destroys the living shit out of him because I'm a McGregor hater. Yo, this one, please, guys, don't be mad at me. I'm just going to go with the winning record. Okay, I'm going to go with the Brazilian that looks a lot more hungry. I'm going to go with KARIN Silva here. Her nickname is The Killer. She's literally killing these girls. Submission, KO, heel hook, armbar, submission. She's really doing this shit. So I'm going to believe in this girl. Let me see if there's a line. Okay. Again, really, really don't like betting on debuters, but she's the killer. And we likes me some killers. So here's Alonzo Menifeld. We're going to take that. Yo, KARIN Silva minus 125. I'll take that. Give me the killer. Give me Silva the killer. I'll take it. I'll take it, man. She's younger than Botelho. Botelho's coming in with 2 losses. You know, Jillian Robertson and Luana Carolina split decision loss. I'm going to go with the killer, man. You know, I'm going to go with the Brazilian that's more hungry. You know, she's going to be a little bit smaller, 5'8" to 5'5", but the reach is there. And she's the killer. I'm going with the killer, man. That's it. It's money line. I'm not looking back, yo. The next fight is really good. Okay? We got Mike Trizano taking on Luis Almeida. You know, up until that last loss from Mike Trizano to Hakeem Dawodu, I really, really thought highly of him. I still do, to be honest, you know, but 30 years old, just not enough activity for me for Mike Trizano. Now you got this Lucas Almeida, 13-1, Brazilian. Size-wise, they are literally freaking identical, 5'11 to 5'11, 71 reach, 71 reach. You know, Almeida, his last win, where you at, is, you know, a submission in some regionals over there. I do want to see if his record is a little padded. Let me see. 13-1. Jungle fights. Contender series, he lost in the contender series. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is not where I want to be. So let me take a look at the line. Okay. Minus 235 for Mike Trizano. No, I don't like it. I think it's a little bit more pricey for my taste. You know what I'm saying? I can see the argument why he will be a little bit more expensive. But nope, and no. I don't want to bet this. I'd rather bet minus 125 on KARIN Silva, the killer, okay, against Poliana Botelho, you know, than Mike Trizano at minus 235. Hell no. I'd rather put $200, 2 units on KARIN Silva than no. I don't expect you guys to do it unless you want to. I'm favoring Mike Trizano, but yo, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is just not what a fight that you want to bet. No, I don't like it. Okay. Whew, that was tough. I really do think that was a little bit of tough. The last, let me see this. So, you know, let's just really go back a little bit before we get to the co-main event. So, Mike Trizano, we don't like it. KARIN Silva, we're going to go with the killer. I don't like this Ukrainian guy in this position. I'm biased. I don't like his tattoo on his chest. So, and I like my formula. And my formula is a secret formula. I'm not going to reveal unless you're my subscriber. But anyway, according to my formula, Alonzo Menifeld should win this fight. We're going to find out 6-5 a day later if my formula was correct. But, yeah. With that being said, we're not even gonna think about betting on Felice Herring or Karolina Kowalkiewicz. And if you do, if you're betting this fight, comment down below because I want to hear the balls of the individual that's gonna be betting Felice Herring or Karolina Kowalkiewicz. We're gonna favor Joe Solecki ever so slightly. I'm not highly on that. And Damian Jackson versus Daniel Argueta. If he's not over minus 350, please take that line. I really like it. Yeah, I hope Adashev doesn't beat me outside if he sees me, but I'm going to be picking against him for Osbourne, but I'm not very confident. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Nicolas Stolze. I'm going to favor the Frenchman here, but I'm not confident as well. I'm going to favor a little bit Gravely, but I told you, there's something holding me back. Jeff Molina is a play. Renat should come through, Fakhretdinov, but I don't like the price tag on this guy. And ERIN Blanchfield by decision and over 2.5 is probably where we want to be. As of right now, I got 3 solid picks in my bet slip, over 2.5 in the ERIN Blanchfield fight. Jeff Molina, he's going to destroy Zuglas, hopefully. And we got KARIN Silva. at minus 125. The killer. All right. Let's go with the co-main event. And we got a great co-main event. Let's just talk about this. Dan 50K Ige taking on MOSVAR EVOLEV. And I just want to start off saying by Dan Ige is just having a lot of hard time as of late, right? His last win, his fantastic win against Gavin Tucker, which was like seconds. I think he was like minus 190, and I slammed it. I mean, boy, I was just like, units, pounds. I think I put 40 units. That's 4,000 if you follow me. Yeah, I went heavy on Gavin Tucker. I have proof. I have people that saw me. I was just screaming in a FanDuel. I was like, yo, damn, 50K, let's go. So yeah, it was crazy. But then he loses to Chain Sung John. I backed him there. I don't know. I backed him there. And then he goes against Judge Emmett, and I didn't even know what's gonna happen, but I had the fight go to decision there, and I was right over there. So yeah, so he's having a lot of hard time here, and he's taking on a stud. Okay, MOSVAR EVOLEV, Evloev, I think that's how you say it, Evloev, 15-0, undefeated Russian dude, 28 years of age. Physically pretty much the same, 5'7", 5'7", 72.5 reach to 71. Man, this guy is a stud, man. I'm really, really sold on MOSVAR EVOLEV. He's minus 380, which is kind of disgusting if you ask me. But he's a solid piece. He's been solidly winning this shit. And I really think he can get Dan 50K Ige on the ground. He's going to neutralize the striking in the first or two, and then just go to his bread and butter, just take him down, rinse and repeat. He's been decision machine. Hakeem Dawodu, who's big, right? If he can neutralize Hakeem Dawodu, I mean, that's legitimate. Hakeem Dawodu has been putting in work as of late. So if you look at Hakeem, DAMION, he bounced back from Evloev against Mike Trizano in a unanimous fashion. So, man, look, he beat, it's good. Like, that's a good win, in my opinion. He's been doing work, Hakeem. So, that's a great win. Nick Lance, Mike Grundy, Enrique Barzola, Seung Woo Choi. So, he's been putting in work since 2019. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 UFC dudes put it away. He's, so the pick is Evloev. I really don't like the price tag, but Evloev by decision, and Evloev may be over. So let's look at the lines really quick on that one. Let's just quickly look. So obviously, I already have the highlighted Evloev money line, but I gotta be honest with you, I don't really like that shit. So we're gonna put a little box over here. It's where I'm comfortable with, but it's really disgusting. I wish it was a little bit cheaper. But Evloev has been proven at this point. You know what I mean? Obviously, Dan 50K can crack him. But Evloev is just so slick, and I'm really sold on that. And if he's going to win, he's probably a decision machine. That's why it's over 2.5 at minus 350. So I'm interested to see what's Evloev by decision, to capitalize on a much better juice on that. But Evloev is a good, sound, peaceful, it's a reasonable piece. So I'm going to add them to the parlay here, okay? So we got 4 names in the bet slip, as you can see in the corner right here. We have the Blanchfield Aldrich over 2.5. We have El Jefe Jeff Molina at minus 190. We have KARIN the Killer Silva, and we have MOSVAR Evloev. Okay, that's what we got so far. All right, let's turn this guy off. Go back. Yeah, that's the co-main event, guys. That's pretty much in a nutshell the co-main event. Evloev by decision. Should be a good fight. And now we are finally in the main event, and we're just a little bit under the hour mark, which is where we want to be, because we're going to finish this in like a couple of minutes. So we're going to be right there. Alexander Volkov just got worked out by by Tom Aspinall, who I'm very high on. He's 6'7", 80 reach, big ass dude. He's a predominantly striker kind of guy. He can wrestle, but he really likes the fighting. He likes the striking shit. Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Biggie Boy. This man is just straight knockout artist. However, he's been trading lose-win type of situation. So gets knocked out by Francis Ngannou, and he called him out too. That's the funny part. He called out Francis Ngannou. Be careful what you wish for. 2 years ago in the pandemic, you got knocked out, and now he fights JDS, and you know JDS is a suspect, so he destroys him. Cyril Gane outclasses him, and then Augustus Sakai just gets, you know, that's victims right there, and then Curtis Blaydes outperforms him. So Jairzinho Rozenstruik, if you stand and bang with him, you know, just blow for blow, you're going to get knocked out. I think anybody will. But if you catch him like Francis Ngannou, but you got to be a Francis Ngannou kind of guy, that fight was kind of crazy because he just brutally bum-rushed Jairzinho Rozenstruik and beat the shit out of him by just clipping him and knocking him out. But anyone could get knocked out if Francis just goes heavy on you. And he was mad, I think. That's what happened. I think Biggie Boy just hurt his pride, the fact that he called him out. Because nobody calls out Francis Ngannou. And he called him out. So in any case, anytime you out-volume and outperform Jairzinho Rozenstruik, you're going to beat this guy. But the problem is, it's the depth touch. This guy, you know, 6'2", he carries a lot of power. So I respect his power. I don't think he gets knocked out by Alexander Volkov. But again, these dudes are heavyweight guys. I don't know what you want me to say. Let's look at the money lines. So Volkov is, you know, a slight favorite, minus 150. Jairzinho Rozenstruik plus 130. You know, the argument could be made for both sides. If Jairzinho clips Volkov, he loses. But I'll tell you the major problem. I'll tell you the real problem that I have for Jairzinho Rozenstruik, and I'll tell you the problem why I don't want to bet Jairzinho Rozenstruik. The man lacks output. The output man. Here, take a look at this. I just wanted to check something. All right, the killer. Submission, good. Let's go. Here's my problem with Biggie Boy. Significant strikes landed per minute, 2.8 versus 4.8. Significant accuracy, 61.74 to 51.54. No takedown. I don't see that shit is happening. Volkov, if he stands and doesn't get clipped, because remember, Volkov was beating, I'm completely blanking out. Hold on a second. I had to cheat. I looked it up. Derek Lewis. He was winning this whole fight, and right at the end, he gets clipped by Derek Lewis. Same situation was Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I got money on this guy. We're talking about a couple of years ago. This is before Francis Ngannou fight, right? This is before the pandemic. I'm in Atlantic City. I got money on this guy, and he's fighting Alistair Overeem, right? So he's fighting Alistair Overeem. This is the main event, and he's getting his ass kicked. He's losing the fight, and out of nowhere, the man does a straight right cross. Slam. Lip opens up. Alistair Overeem is knocked out. He's gone, bro. He's just like violation. So, yeah, output. I don't like it. Every time he fights someone that has a better skill, he loses. And if you really think about it, Alexander Volkov is the more skilled guy. So did Jairzinho Rozenstruik finally learn, you know, his craft? Did he finally learn his stand-up? Is he finally going to let his freaking hands go here? because that's his freaking problem, is the volume. I want to pick Rozenstruik. I don't trust him. I want to pick Volkov, but he can get knocked out. I don't know about this one, guys. I really, really don't know. The main event, Saif, is just very, very torn here because I want to pick Rozenstruik. You know, I really do. But I told you his biggest problem is his volume game, and he just doesn't let his hands go sometimes. Because if he did, he probably would have been one of the most scariest fighter in the heavyweight division. But with that being said, I don't know. I really do see a good pick of fight starts round 3, maybe, or fight starts round 2. Put that shit in a parlay and call it a day. Who cares who wins or loses? But yeah, man, I'd like to see the over-under on this one. It is set at 3.5. It's a reason at that because everything, I didn't look at this, guys. I really did. I promise you, this is just me and you looking at the same time. So over 3.5, there's a reason for it. It's because the volume is going to be a suspect from Rozenstruik. And, yeah, he loses by decision. Unless your name is Francis Ngannou, you knocking everybody out. Yeah, I'm going to go with fight starts round 3. It's literally, I told you, it's a very good pick. I didn't even look at this over and under, so you're probably going to get minus, if over 3.5 is minus 140, then fight starts round 3 has to be reasonably priced at like minus 220 or less. And if it's like minus 180, grab that shit, because that's what I'm probably going to do. Yeah, so no official pick in the main event as of yet. I still want to hear the media. I do want to see the weigh-in. Maybe I'll have a final decision by Friday. Maybe. So as of right now, guys, I do have a parlay for you. One of them is a suspect, is KARIN Silva. I'm taking this on a win. So please take it out. If you take out KARIN Silva and you just play with what's supposed to happen, let's say you got the over 2.5 in ERIN Blanchfield, Jeff Molina, and MOSVAR Evloev. Remember, if Damian Jackson is like less than minus 350, grab that guy. So as of right now, 3-leg parlay, you're gonna get it at plus 165. If you're risky like me and you want to play, where's that girl? KARIN Silva, because I'm crazy. If you put those 4 plays in, guys, this 4-leg parlay pays plus 377. And between you and me, I'm probably going to go with 1.75 units. It's $175 for me. 175 for a total payout of $836. That's great. Minus that, so you're making around $600. Five and change. Great ass night, right? Gonna go with that. Those are my official picks. I hope you guys like the content of this video. You already know what time it is. You already know what to do. It's like and subscribe time. Comment down below if you have any additional comments for me. My initial upload won't have any timestamps, but I promised they are gonna come. Just need to do some updating on this shit because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm not putting no timestamps. Probably by Sunday I'll have the timestamps on. So really quick, I promised you guys a bonus content. So this is the bonus. I'm gonna be in the Barclays Center live, watching the Romero fight. I hate these commercials, all these advertisements. You gotta leave. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Hold on. And I was gonna do a bonus content for you guys, but you know, I'm just gonna quickly say it. I'm gonna be rooting for Tank Davis, and I hope to see a knockout. I want to see someone leaving on the stretcher. But yeah, that's about it for me. Volkov versus Rozenstruik. UFC Fight Night returns to Apex Las Vegas, June 4th. Again, like and subscribe. The timestamps are going to be done by Sunday. that's a guarantee. But if you made it this far without the timestamps and you listen to the full hour, you're a true champion. And I know you're gonna make money because I just said a lot of good shit here. So June is money month. Get your shit, make your money, and subscribe to the channel because we're just gonna make a lot of money, guys. All right, anyway, I'm out. Thank you for your attention. It's time to go.